Alright, welcome to my makeup channel, Shani's Makeup Palace. Today I'm going to be using the Morphe collection. I believe it's the Bling Boss brushes, and I have bought myself a 35M palette, 35V palette, Ready Set Gold, and 35B palette, the burst one, the color burst. And I have tons of Morphe lipsticks. I didn't put a Morphe lipstick on today, but you will see what lipstick I do use. I hope you enjoy this, and let's get straight into it. I am super excited to show you how I created my eye look. I really apologize that, yeah, I'm still in my pajamas, so just putting it out there. I will get some proper clothes on after I've done my eye, but I really wanted to get straight into it. So today I use this palette, which I'm so happy about. It's beautiful. I knew that I wanted it when I saw it on Morphe and it had, you know, come out. I was onto it straight away. I thought, God, I've got to get it. And I did. So I got myself the 35V palette, which is absolutely stunning. Look at the shades in this palette. Oh, to die for, literally. Well, I thought it would be a good idea for me to use my Morphe brushes. And, you know, if I needed other brushes, then of course I would use those. But let me show you how I did it. Okay. So to start off, I used this bling brush, the Bling Boss brush from Morphe. I love the little sparkly diamantes on it. They're very pretty. And they're not really that distracting. I somehow felt that, you know, the brushes would be distracting with that, but it works fine. So the first shade I want to explain to you I used, and thank goodness it's got names on it, so it's going to help me tell you. I started off with the shade Go Nude. So Go Nude is this here, and I wanted that to be my transition shade. Oh my goodness, that was the word I was looking for the other day. Silly me. Having that transition shade in there. Now followed by this, I've used another Morphe Bling Boss brush, and this is when I start going into my colours, and I love that. So back into, no, I'm going to be using the colour Hit It Off. So Hit It Off is this blue shade up here. So that goes on top of my transition shade, but is brought up a little bit higher than, you know, my crease. And blending back and forth. I did put a fair bit of powder on, so it might take a little longer to blend out. That's the thing you got to remember, is make sure you start with a little bit, not go crazy like I did. But because it was colour, I just couldn't help myself. Yeah, so making sure that you do blend it out the way that works for you. So it could be circular motions, it could be windscreen wiper motions, depending on your eye shape and the best way you think is going to apply your eyeshadow. Apologies, I've already done my eyebrows, so you might want to go ahead and do that too. And I apologize if I haven't explained to you previously how I do my eyebrows, but I'll make sure I do more videos where I do. Just above the purple shade. And that's what I use to deepen that crease. Use different colors in here. Was this one here, which is the Blending E01 brush. And I went in using the shade, it's called Bad Boy. Hopefully you can see that purple shade that I've used. sometimes I'm clear in the camera and then others it's just a complete waste. So please tell me if that's happening, and I really apologize for that, because I hate it when I'm filming a video and I'm not, you know, facing the camera or I'm not in focus. So yeah, that's something that I do get a little bit frustrated about, and you know, I need feedback so I can be better and so I can show you, because these eye looks that I do, I'm pretty proud of them, but if you can't show people how you do them, whoops, it's a little bit wasteful in a way. So yeah, it's definitely something I've got to work at a bit. So that color I'm just kind of blending in the outer corner and then slightly on the lid. Uh-oh. So you might need to go back in with other brushes just so that it's not so harsh. Because these are such bright colors, it's very noticeable with mistakes, and therefore the more blending you do, the better it will look and all that sort of stuff, so that, you know, it don't look like, you know, you've just painted on your face. You want it to look really creative and artistic. That's kind of the goal here. Now I'm going to be cutting my crease. In this case I will be using my Superstay again. Seems to be a great concealer for things like this. And then I'm using my small BH Cosmetics brush. Can't remember what number that is, doesn't say unfortunately, but again just placing this on the lid and then looking up, looking down, and that's as high as the cut will go for your cut crease. And then this time I wanted to make it a fairly full cut crease, so I'm a little bit closer to the camera. Hopefully you can see that I've cut my crease. As I said, that purple gets lost, so I have to work on that. You know, not just add a colour and then cover it with a concealer. I didn't mean to cover it with the concealer, but it sort of turned out that way. That is something I do have to work on for sure. And I just wanted to blend out this area of the eye because it's kind of, you know, blotchy. No, the eyeshadows aren't doing that, it's just the way that I've blended it out. Okay, this is my exciting part. So going back into the palette again, this time I'm going to be using the shade, because I want to put it on the lid and make it look a bit groovy. The shade is called Heartbreaker. Alright, so Heartbreaker is this shade right here, the pink shade, and the brush that I use for that is none other than this Profusion brush. Okay, so just packing a little bit on my brush and placing it on the lid, and I will show you where. So start at the beginning, just pat it on. Oh, I love this. It's such a pretty colour. Because it's sort of duochrome in a way. It's like a pink gold. It's really nice. So placing some more of that on my lid. Okay. Okay, so it's definitely showing up. I love this. It's called Stud. So this one here is Stud. Thank you, fridge. Okay, just to finish off the eyelid, remember you can go back in with your brushes and blend it out. But I'm going to be using Crush, and Crush is this purple shade right here at the bottom where my finger is. That's Crush. And that I use this Chi Chi Cosmetics brush, which that's just how it is. Alright, I was using my eyelash curler afterwards because this is going to help my eyelashes stand upright and not irritate my eyes. And then of course using a mascara. I used a mascara yesterday that kind of clumped up my lashes, and I was really upset about that because it just meant that at night time I was playing with my lashes. I don't have the name of that mascara, but it's this one. So if you guys have seen this mascara before in a yellow tube, it might be good, but it stays on your lashes afterwards and it's really irritating. And I hate that. I want to be able to have a mascara that comes off. Photo I've seen on Facebook. I'm not saying Facebook is always believable, but in a way it was a good scare for me because, you know, it explains that when you wear your makeup for a year or so and you don't wash it off and you sleep with it on, you know, it can really irritate your eyes. And this woman had to go and get surgery to fix it because underneath her eyelid she was getting all this red dotty stuff. And I don't want to freak you out, but what I do want to explain is I think she learnt her lesson. The idea is that when you have your makeup on, don't wait to wash it off. Wash it off. Get rid of it. Make sure that you've got a clean slate to start with the next day, because you just don't know, unless you are a massive researcher into the products that you're using. Maybe some of them you can wear for hours on end, but I wouldn't risk it. I would wash it off no matter how tired I was. I'm sure there are times when you are really tired, and my best advice is to not make it a habit of going to sleep with your makeup on, because you just don't know what could potentially happen to your skin overnight for a while. Alright, I'm going to be using these lashes, and I already have lashes on this side of my eye, so I'm just going to go ahead and apply it to this side, and I will be back. Okay, so I have changed my top. I was actually wearing my husband's top. Raise your hand if you tend to wear your husband or partner's clothes. Sometimes I do, and you know what? It's between the two of us. It's okay, he doesn't mind. And it's a real thing. Apparently guys really like it when you wear their clothes. But I just like it because it's comfortable to wear a lot of the time. I tend to wear things that are comfortable myself, but when it comes to going to bed, I like wearing his shirts. So that's just my thing. Alright, I am going to do the rest of my face. So as you can see, obviously I've already done my eyes, and I'm pretty happy with how this eye look has turned out. I know I'm not finished, but I'm going to be priming my face with this Ox mineral primer. So I'll start off with that. I won't use that finger. That one's got eyeshadow on it. I can just see that being a big, fat, messy mess. Thank goodness that's gone down on my nose. I had this pimple on my nose. Any of you guys have ever had a blind spot? Hate them. Absolutely hate them on me, because I can feel them. I know they're under my skin, and they just get under my skin in the way that they're so irritating and hurt. And you just can't touch that area because it really does feel painful, and you know something is trying to get out from underneath. Now that I have set my face in place with my translucent powder, I'm going to be bronzing my face, doing a little bit of a contour, and yeah, the rest of my routine that I usually do. But I just wanted to say that I did my foundation off camera because for me it tends to take a while and I don't want to bore you. No, I can't bore you, but I just wanted to skip straight to the exciting part for me. Anyway, I'm going to be using my blush and bronze Profusion palette. Anyway, okay, so with my Bling Boss brush, I'm going to be going back into that medium bronzer. Oh, that does pack on a lot of product, so I'm gonna have to tap that off a bit. And then just basically placing it in my cheekbones. Oh yeah, I can see that showing up a bit. I would love to hear what powders you guys use to set your makeup in place, because I really want to see what other powders out there would work for me. So yeah, please write down in the comments below what powders you use to set your face. And also I'm interested to know whether or not you guys bake and what sort of skin type you have, because I'm just wondering, me being normal to dry, I don't bake a lot. I hardly ever bake actually, because my skin is dry and I feel that powders, you know, make it more dry, especially when you're baking, because you've got to leave the powder on for a little bit. So I'm really curious to know what your skin type is and whether or not you use a baking powder. Yeah, I am interested. Alright. I do like this bronzer. It's working out real well for me actually. Now for contour, I'm using a different palette, which is the Sculpt and Glow by Profusion again. Profusion. This time I'm going to be using a smaller angled brush, which I think might be this one here. This might work. Yes, I know it's not Morphe, but that's okay. I can work with that. Alright, so I'm going in with the deep contour. This one here. Oh, again, it picks up a lot of product, so just be careful. And just pat it on because it's definitely showing up on my skin. And then I got to blend it out so it doesn't look too harsh. And I also like to bring it up, so make upward brush strokes so that it's not dragging down my face, because I don't want my face to look older. I just want my face to look a little bit more chiseled, you know what I mean? A little bit more specific. I can't think of the word right now, but I do feel that it helps to brush stroke upwards rather than bring it down, because you want your face, you will want your face to stand out, like the beautiful features of it, and the last thing you need is to make your face look like, you know, you're going to the theater. You bring up, bring up, bring up. Bring up, bring up, bring up. Brush up, I should say. And when you make that fish face, you can see where your cheekbones are. Like, it just highlights them. What's the word? Not highlight. Emphasizes, not emphasizes. I can't think of it, but I'll get back to you on that. I am going to be using my blush and bronzer palette. Again, I'm really loving this, you guys. It's so good. And now I will do my blush, which is the Alive shade in here. I think that's really pretty. Looks almost sparkly. No, maybe not. Maybe a bit of shimmer. Maybe. And that's the thing, because my eyes are already very heavy, I don't want to, you know, take away the attention from there. So that's why I'm using a very simple and subtle blush on my cheeks. And I'm probably going to be using a nude color lipstick, which I'm thinking the Laura Lee ones. I recently got the collection, my e.l.f. brush. This is going to be for the highlighter. And my Sculpt and Glow palette, obviously, Glow, has a highlighter in it. I used Lit the other day, but I'm actually going to try a different one today and try Charisma. I like that one. I don't know how it's going to turn out, so it might be really crazy. But it's alright. It's a little bit gold, but that's okay. I can always set it in place with, you know, my beauty blender so that it's not too harsh. And maybe a little bit on my nose. Yeah, it's subtle glow. I didn't use too much on my nose, by the way. Not as much as my cheeks. A little bit scared, but I'm just going to use my beauty blender just to set it in place. And actually, before I forget, I really want to do my under eyes. So today I think I'm going to keep going with the boldness of my eyes and use my black eyeliner pencil to roll up crayon. Actually, it would be more of a nighttime look. I must have used a black on that one. I'm going to see if I can find a flat brush, even an angled one. That will be fine. Using that I used today also has a black eyeshadow in it. And when you use, well, because I'm using a black eyeliner, I think it's best to professional manicure brush. And I'm just going to go back in with, you know, this shade here, which was, what was it called again? I think it was Hit It Off. Yep, I was right. Hit It Off. And just basically bringing it down from the outer area, you know, just so it all connects. And I'm going to do an inner corner highlight. Are you ready? Not sure which one I'm going to be using yet. But I've obviously put something on this one here on the Beauty Creation in the Profusion palette of the Sculpt and Glow. And I am seeing a little bit of glow in there. I think I have to pack it on a fair bit for this one. On this side it's perfect, but this side it's a little bit wobbly. Alright, well. Cool. Now, my final part of my video, two things, my lipstick and my setting spray. By Laura Lee, and it's in the shade Jaybird, and it's a matte shade. Using my Ofra Makeup Fixer Spray in Light Mist. I'm going to use this again. I really love it. Alright guys, thank you so much for watching my YouTube tutorial today. I hope you enjoyed it as much as I love creating it for you guys. And using that 35V palette, you have to get your hands on it. It's gorgeous, and I thought it would really go well, especially because I had a bold eye look. It really goes well with a nude lip color. So thank you, Laura Lee, for your liquid lipsticks to go with it. If you are considering getting the brushes, I definitely recommend them because they won't scratch you on my eyes like the other Morphe brushes I've tried. However, I would probably suggest getting like a fuller collection, because as you could see in my video, I was using quite a few of my own brushes as well. I guess it depends on how, you know, in depth you want your eye look to be. And I just, yeah, I think you probably need more brushes. So that's my personal thing, but I love the color of the brushes. I love the fact that they're, you know, soft on the eyes. They're good at blending all my eyeshadows, and the bling just really adds to it. Oh, I'm just gonna fix up this bit of, yeah, I hope that you guys come back and watch some more videos soon, and you can be inspired by some other looks. This is going to be a part 1, so I will be doing a part 2 of my makeup haul, and then you can see me using some of the other Morphe palettes. Okay, have a great day, and I'll see you guys soon. Bye.